Welcome to the conclusion of our famous two-part series. Well, it's one part until this video now makes it two parts, but we are completely rebuilding Scott's stream room from scratch. If you missed part one, I'll link to it down below and up in whatever corner it goes up in, but we talked about all the different things that need to be done in live stream setups nowadays in order to make the proper content to grow, and now, today we're gonna do it. And I told you guys if you got 8,000 likes, or if the video got 8,000 likes, I would get Scott something shiny, and well, you guys delivered, and so I am going to deliver. We're gonna have a sit down conversation with Scott. We're gonna brainstorm some content ideas that he's passionate about, that he wants to turn into viewers and followers and a career. And we're gonna talk about how to incorporate that into a live stream room. And then we are going to build Scott the perfect stream setup to allow him to make all that kind of content and best prepare him to succeed. But first, before we get into all that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Morning Brew. Hey, I heard my name. You telling them all about my morning email newsletter to catch you up on all the business, tech, and finance news in 5 minutes to start your day? Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, what'd you look at on your phone when you woke up this morning? And how long you spent scrolling through that? There's nothing in here, by the way. Probably like an hour. You know, if you just signed up for Morning Brew, you would have had 55 more minutes in your day. Plus, you would have started your day off with something a little bit more inspiring. You're making a lot of really great points, but can it beat that?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, because Morning Brew makes their news witty and fun to read. You'd know that, by the way, if you read this morning's story about Amazon versus Visa and the credit card wars. Yeah, that's fair. You got me. I'm signing up right now. I hear it only takes like 15 seconds, by the way. Really no reason not to, bud. Plus, there's a link in the description down below. Roll the intro. One last thing before we get on with this video, we released a very big and very exciting Christmas album earlier this week. It is called a very StreamBeats, no it's not. It's called a StreamBeats and Friends Christmas, and it's a StreamBeats Originals album, which means all the songs have lyrics and they're fully produced like something you'd expect to hear on the radio. We even did one original Christmas track with Lily Pichu, and then we had a giant medley with about 10 streamers on it, including our friend Foozly and a bunch of other people that you know. We released a full version of the album as well as an instrumental version, and both are available for you to use in your YouTube videos and your live streams without getting a DMCA strike or takedowns or mutes or anything. Link to the album will be down below. Please use this in your Christmas content, in your Christmas streams, because every dollar earned by this album is going to St. Jude, because we all know the holidays can be difficult for people, but it's especially difficult for kids in need. So please use it. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. We will give whatever we make from streaming royalties to the kids in need. I sat down with Scott. We talked about the kind of stuff he wanted to make, the content he wanted to make both on stream as well as outside the stream. And we came up with a game plan. However, we seem to have forgotten to hit the record button on Scott's camera. So instead, we're just gonna pick a really pretty picture of him and you'll still hear his audio.
So how does this work? Do you start and then, I don't know.
I want to start off by mentioning that British candy is just old people candy. I'm eating a Werther's right now that Sam handed to me in a bag.
I don't think Werther's is British. I've had it before.
I asked him, he said it was British.
Was it really? Because my grandma used to carry it all the time.
Yeah, British candy, old people candy, the same. Let's just hit the surface level question. What do you want to do in your content? Not in your live streams, but what do you want to do for a YouTube channel or for shorts? Or what are the things that you're passionate about?
Mainly anything doing with cameras, photography, videography, talking about the basics. I'm not super experienced with a lot of photography, specifically product photography, but a lot of it I've done for about 1 or 2 years roughly.
The gear aspect, or like the using, like the editing? Okay.
Yeah.
How often? I was trying to think, if we're talking about gear, we could do like some kind of unboxing setup, but like how often do you unbox camera gear? Because you don't spend any money.
I don't like spending money at all.
You're probably not going to unbox a lot.
Not for now. Anyway, not now. Maybe in the future. I think for now, starting, I'm just going to be talking about how to use it rather than this is the new stuff.
Okay. I mean, you can always grab like cameras from the studio, because we're obviously going to be upgrading cameras and keeping things current. And if like, hey, I want to stream, you got this new camera, let me compare this one to this one. Like you have access to cameras that you do side by sides with and stuff over here, which might be kind of cool for the stream.
Yeah, that'd be
you
dope.
You could cut that up into shorts or clips or whatever. And that might be kind of neat. I really think it'd be cool to have like your Mac, because you have this setup over here, you got that setup over there. It'd be cool to have your MacBook plugged in and be able to capture your Mac and be able to do like, whether it's editing, maybe you want to edit a video. You have like a, hey, with this next Senpai gaming video, I have this really cool sequence that I want to edit and show you some of the plugins that we've got. Or you're working on like a photo that you took up in the mountains or whatever that you want to put on the wall of the editing room or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your own bucket shot. Like, it'd be really cool to have a setup over here that you could capture into your stream. So in conclusion, I think we've got a good setup then. Yeah, we're capturing your laptop, other camera over here, third camera for the room. You need to get cameras.
I don't like spending money.
Well, you're going to get the A7 IV, potentially.
Potentially, if it's a
And
good
you
camera.
still got your Rebel.
Yes, I do have the Rebel.
Okay. And then you figure out a third one in time.
Figure it out.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's build it.
All right. First things first. Let's upgrade this PC. Can we just talk about this though? Talk about how sad this is. Look at this cam link. It's on its last leg.
It's on life support.
It really is. This poor guy. You did great. This thing, it'll cover my face.
Yeah.
That thing has seen better days. Still works though. Okay, so here's what we're doing here. We've got Scott's shiny thing. It's a Camlink Pro. This is a quad capture card, if you're not familiar with it. Basically, it is 4 cam links in one. So each one of these can do either 1080-60 or 4K30. And so, problem is it requires a 4X PCIe slot, and Scott doesn't have any available PCIe slots. Let's take a look in here. So he's got his GPU, which is obviously gonna take up a 16X slot. We got this here, which is a Wi-Fi card that is not being used, but it's in a 1X slot. Right here, we have an Ethernet card, which is also not being used. I don't know why they have it, because there's Ethernet right here on the motherboard. Also in a 1X slot though, so neither of those will work. But we do have a PCIe, a 1X PCIe card with 4 USB 3.0. It's a USB expansion slot. It's even got 2 internal ones, that's cool. And it's a 1X card, but it's taking up an 8X slot. So let's get rid of one of these 2 cards that's not gonna be, are you ever gonna use Wi-Fi?
Probably not.
Get rid of the Ethernet port. You already have Ethernet. I don't even know why they put that in here. Can anyone in the comments explain to me why they would put an Ethernet jack in here if there's already Ethernet? Unless this motherboard doesn't have like 10 gigabit and this is, no, I think this is just 1 gigabit Ethernet. Maybe when we're done here, let's just do an Ethernet check going, let's do an Ethernet check going straight into the motherboard, and let's just see if it like caps it at 100 gigabits or something, because you got Google Fiber here. Which I'm very jealous of. I remember before I built my first PC, I was like, oh, how can, like, pre-builts are great. Look at all these specs I'm getting for this low cost. This is what you learn. Just in case, we're gonna take the Wi-Fi card out also, just in case it's sharing PCIe lanes with anything else. I just wanna make sure that we don't overpower this pre-built at all. I wanna give it every opportunity to succeed. PC is upgraded. Let's bring it back over there. Let's start setting up the stream setup. We replaced, where's the little guy that needs to see a medic? So we've replaced, let's go ahead and pull this off. This little guy who needs a rest. So this is to his camera. We're gonna throw this in HDMI 2. So there's a reason I skip HDMI 1 unless I absolutely need it. HDMI 1 on these is also used as multi-view, meaning if you want to capture 4 cameras at once and split screen them in 4K capture utility from Elgato, you use input 1 for that. And sometimes, because it's like dual function like that, sometimes if you're just trying to capture an input, it can cause some problems. So I use HDMI 1 last as like my least important input. Your main camera, not the least important input. We're gonna throw that right in 2. Okay, I think that may be everything, except I forgot to put the glass back on. You gotta be really cautious around this glass. You know why?
What? Tempered glass?
Because it's glass.
The more you know. Let's set up your monitor real quick.
Okay.
You like sitting really close to the screen though, don't you?
I mean, that's not
Like
super
you look
close,
like an
right?
old person driving when you work on your computer. Hold on, let me see.
It's not that close, right? I don't feel like it
Oh,
is.
but it's like you're just like, oh my gosh.
I mean, I sit back a little bit.
Okay, but you got to be able to reach the keys.
Right.
Yeah, you're like an old person driving a car, like sitting with the seat all the way up, so you're like scrunched up. You want me to move this forward then?
Right there is actually good because this desk isn't as wide as that one.
Gotcha.
That's why I got that desk.
Okay. Did you open those all the way up?
I may have.
Hey, look at this. What do you think we were clamping onto?
It was when I was transporting it, man. Taking it off your desk.
Here we go. These are kind of cool. I like using these because you can once you get it screwed on, you can pull out and you can rotate them. So I like using them as a headphone
Oh,
little holder.
didn't know that was a thing.
So camera here. I don't think that's going to be able to get the corner of this unless we had like a multi-mount to move back a little bit further.
That's fine.
Or if you wanted to throw it on a tripod like that camera there. What would you rather do?
Just for ease and floor space, probably keep it the way it's clamped.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we can throw the RP on here and go all the way around, and we can throw the A7C on this one and just go straight in.
Sure.
Great success. All right. Camera 1. Just need HDMI. Okay, let's power this on. Put this in too. Let's make sure this works.
Yes.
How's it looking there?
Not good.
You don't like that? I was going for a Take On Me from Aha kind of look.
Okay. Yeah. Good song.
It's a really
You're
good
really
song.
trying to get copyrighted this video.
I know, right? I know how the settings on this one work.
There you go.
It's still zebraing a little bit.
A lot bit.
Yeah.
I can see a full screen.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's still
Here,
pretty
I'll-
bright. We can keep going. We can keep going.
No, I'll bring it up full screen so you can see it. There you go. Looks good. I like it.
All right, setup 1 is ready. This one, we didn't want cables crossing between the desks. So, oh yeah, 40 foot cables. Let's see if we went overkill. Don't film this because we're in sweatpants and we're gonna see a little crack here. We try to do 1440p.
It's got black bars.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
But it works?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh, idea.
Okay.
You could drag it up to the top and have one bar across the bottom and put your camera and alerts and anything else and overlays down there.
Ooh.
So your camera is not covering any of it.
Ooh.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I even think with stuff like this, during the creative stuff, I think it's nicer with the camera a little bit bigger. You could even still cover it a little bit like this because you're not going to lose anything important down there.
I could put a drop shadow on there so it looks a little bit more separated.
Yeah. Oh. Huh. Neat. So the last thing we need to do, the whole reason we set this up is so you can make content more than just live streaming. And so we need to make sure we have flashback recording all set up across everything. So let's open up 4K capture utility. Okay, see how, this is what I was talking about earlier with the input 1 is also multi-view.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, here we go. And now inside multi-view, you choose what you want it to look like. So we're gonna go triple because you have 4 camera inputs here. We're not using the 4th one yet. Oh, we're gonna set up a 4th one. We got one more camera, by the way. We're gonna set it up. This is gonna be like a multifunctional camera in case he needs another one. So the majority of the time it's gonna be back there kind of against the wall, showing a wide view of this whole thing. So if he rolls his chair, you know how funny that'll be if like you're sitting here and you're like, okay, we're switching over to, and you're like, on this super thick shag carpet from like the 70s, and you're trying to scooch over and you just have the camera angle from over there showing you struggling to scooch over. That's the kind of content we need, Scott. So check this out. You've got this camera here, and hold on, stay pointing at this screen. You've got this camera over here, and you got over here. So if you hit the flashback record button, you capture all 4 of these, and then this one here will be the camera that's back there. So yeah, you hit a flashback record button. We need to enable that. So the way I have this going is 4K capture utility is always on in the background behind OBS. That's what's doing the recording. And what you have to do is on the Stream Deck software, you need to, is it this? I don't remember where the store is. 4K capture utility. You have to install the 4K CU app onto the Stream Deck. So now, at the very bottom, now we have 4K capture utility. We throw flashback recording. We'll make the first one 30 seconds. So now this will record 30 minutes at a time, and you can record up to 30 minutes by hitting the 30. Or if you did something small and you just wanted it as like a Twitter clip, you can hit the 30-second clip and it'll just record the previous 30 seconds.
Okay.
And it'll get, every time it'll get every camera, it'll be one giant video that's all of these. And so you can just set up a multicam with the different angles, whatever you want to do. You're set to go. So now you're set up, you can do your gaming and your main stuff. You get your editing over there for just chatting and just editing videos and photo stuff to make other content for. You got a camera over there that you're ready to plug in. And then whenever you do anything that you want to turn into a short or a clip or whatever, or a full-length YouTube video, you just do it on stream, you hit flashback recording, and now you got content everywhere. I think we're good.
I think that's it.
I think we're done here.
I think it's it.
This is great. I'm pumped. I'm excited to see what you do. Guys, I hope you found this interesting. Take a look at Scott's content. I'm gonna put all his socials in the links down below so you can check out his stream and see if he makes this all worth it. If he earns this. Was that like Saving Private Ryan quote?
I have no idea.
That movie came out when you were very young. Guys,
I love that movie.
Have an awesome one. Happy streaming. See you guys later.